Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Clutch X. Finally, we get some rain here in Los Angeles, California, which means that we should start getting a lot of pairings going on. Perfect timing for us to start breeding here in LA. Not only that, I want to show you guys how I'm going to be marking my females of who I'm pairing with what, which ones I've already paired, what pairings I quit on, or how to go to plan B, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so this video might be a little long, I won't lie, but hopefully it's a little interesting and you guys can kind of see the dilemma of what happens when you have females not going for you, males not wanting to breed, and all the craziness that could happen in the breeding season. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. So some of you guys may find this just funny because you guys are going through the same thing. So I'm going to start off from the very top. So here we have our pied female. Now she's eating okay regularly, but my male isn't really picking up on her. So originally I was going to pair her up, and I'll show you, and then I'm going to show you what the plan B is. So her original pairing was going to be this here. Make sure it's on focus. This is our Cypress Red Stripe male. Didn't really get into the program, haven't really seen him going into trying to produce anything with any of the pairings that I've done. So there's a couple that might have to go to plan B. But seeing as that female is a pied and I really want to get OD, leopard, and yellow belly into my pied projects, I'm gonna have to switch up, right? So instead of, I'm gonna officially call that quits, and I'm gonna throw in this beautiful guy in there. This is our leopard, orange stream, yellow belly, het pied male. So he's been locking like crazy. He's locked to my pied female here. He's locked to my super and cheap pastel pied down below. And I really want to make sure that I get a female. Last year, if you guys follow my videos, I ended up hatching 7 healthy babies, and all 7 were males. So I don't know if I just got killed by the odds. I know people don't say this is kind of a thing, but maybe temperature, I don't know. I'm not saying anything, I'm not claiming anything, just know that I got 7 males. So I'm really hoping to get females. So I'm gonna have to put this guy into this tub here and hopefully start getting some pairings. The good thing is that if the Cypress Red Stripe ever did lock up with that female, it will be pretty obvious because the genes are so different, right? You have Cypress and Red Stripe, and then here we have OD, leopard, and yellow belly. So there shouldn't be a huge confusion, or it shouldn't be hard to determine who sired that clutch. Now, here we have, I'll pull her out. We have our killer pied female. So this girl, oh my God, she is beastie. Bang, right there. Beautiful girl. So this is our killer pied. Now, my previous video, I did say that I was pulling the plug on the puzzle project, but not confirmed, I'm not sure. But I did see something that looked very much like a lock, but I couldn't really get in there, and seeing as I hadn't had much luck with my puzzle male, I decided not to try to investigate a little more. So I think there was a lock here. So I've gotten 1 lock in the last 3 weeks. But, so before I go there, hopefully I'm able to pull off some double het pastel, double het puzzle pied. On top of that, all pied, right? Because she's a super pastel. I just butchered all of that. Let me start all over. So double het, right? So puzzle pied. On top of that, she is a killer pied, so that means she's super pastel. So they should all be pastel as well. So I would really try to go for the killer puzzle pieds in the future, you know. So what I'm gonna do though, because that male was showing some promise, and I want him to get going and possibly produce some other good stuff, I'm actually gonna take this male and plug him in right here to my pastel clown female. So what I'm trying to do here, and I know we could all talk big and we could all say the parents that we might do it 10 years from now, this and that. But I really am interested in this project since I'm already really invested into Pied. I really am trying to hit puzzle clowns, super pastel puzzle clowns, super pastel Pied puzzles. Hopefully in the future be able to breed those to each other to get visual puzzles double head for clown Pied. I know, it's big dreams here at Clutch X. Don't know how old I'm going to be when that happens, but I guess all we have is time, right? So that takes care of a couple. So again, that's our killer Pied puzzle. Then we have, oh, not today. So I'm officially gonna give up on this beautiful young lady. She is about 1,400 grams, and I really wanted to pair her this year to create some kind of hats. But I'm kind of stopping on her for two reasons. The first one is she's not really eating very consistently. Even though she has to wait, I'm a little worried if she's iffy right now, what's gonna happen once she goes through the process, even if she goes through the process. So that's one thing. And another reason why I'm not gonna breed her at all is because this happened to me last time, where I got caught flat-footed with just one male to breed, and I thought this year I was for sure ready. Like I just knew, you know, I was gonna have 5 males, and I fed them, but I don't like to feed, you know, big meals, and my two, they just didn't get big enough. I think my males, I think they're only about 500-600 grams. So I don't know if that's causing them a little bit of an issue, because my females are more like 15, 17, 1,800, 2,000 grams. So I don't know. So for that reason, you know, my male's not really going. My females aren't really eating, in this case, her individually. So I figured it's easier to just avoid this project altogether and use my male's energy in tubs where I feel like the females really want to breed. So this was a super pastel orange stream fire, so Superfly OD, but will be on the sidelines. And you know, like I said, I'm more into the recessive stuff. This female was more of an impulse buy, you know, when I was first starting out, and I like her colors. I wish it was a Pied, a visual Pied, but the reason I keep her around is because she's still a super pastel. She has orange stream, she has fire. So down the line, if I'm, you know, need hets and I want to get them into like different mutations, like a new recessive gene out there or something, I have a base to do that with. So that's the reason she's staying. So then I'm gonna pull out the guy that I just said wasn't really breeding, and his breakfast. So again, Cypress Red Stripe, not really catching any real luck with this guy. So I've been trying to pair him up with the Cypress, with my spinner Pied female. I was really trying to hit that pinstripe Cypress combination. I was also trying to hopefully get into the whole, I'll show you. I've shown you guys before, but I don't get tired of doing this. This female right here, she's a Coral Glow Red Stripe. So I really wanted to prove this guy to be a lilac or not. You know, I was trying to see if I could, I think I'll go over this in another video, but essentially there's I don't even know if it's still out there, if it's still a thing, but I know that we're saying that they thought this combination of Cypress and Red Stripe was a lilac. So I was trying to prove out that theory with this girl here, that girl here, and this girl here. I wanted to pair him up with 3 females, because if I didn't have any normals from 3 clutches, I would probably bank that this was probably an lilac combination. I also wanted to see what would happen if with this pairing here, because in my mind, if this is a lilac and she's red stripe, that means that I'm either getting red stripe or Cypress here. So I should have gotten a couple of snakes that looked like this. I either could have, great odds, could have still produced similar snakes, but in my head, it was more likely to get similar snakes like these that have Cypress and red stripe if there was a lilac. So I'm gonna put this in together, hope for some magic, but I really don't think nothing's gonna happen here. And this was one of my other impulse buys when I first started out. Red stripe wasn't a thing when I got this female, and It wasn't a thing when I got her, but you know, and she's not head for anything, or so I don't think. So, you know, it's one of those things where, okay, I got her, and now I'm just kind of seeing what's next. So down this line, I have no other pairings, so I'll leave that alone for now. Then we're gonna get to this side here. So this is my pastel pied. Well, actually, it's not. It's my bumblebee clown head pied female. She also stopped eating. So at this point, I will no longer be trying to plug him in. So I bought these two snakes together from the reptile ranch, the Florida reptile ranch. The guy put on some decent size. She did too. She's sitting at about 1,200-1,300 grams, but she just stopped eating about a month and a half ago. So, you know, just knowing that, I'm pretty sure that project is a no-go. Hopefully down the line, 2-3 months later, she starts coming back, and maybe I try to do a late pairing. But as of now, my clown pied project has came to a standstill, and now I have to hope that next season I hopefully hit one finally. This has been one of my most anticipated clutches or pairings, and unfortunately, it did not go as planned. So then I'll move on to my other big girl. Just want to make sure I don't get tagged. Whoa. So this girl actually locked to the ODYB leopard head pipe male. She is a beast of a female, probably well over 2,000 grams. Again, I'm trying to get that male into as many females as possible because I really want to produce some orange snakes. I really want to produce some a lot of holdbacks. If I get 3 or 4 leopard OD pied females, I'm keeping them all. I have space, and I'm really excited. So now that I'm kind of scrapping this pied from the Cypress Red Stripe, I'm gonna put that ODYB in there. I'm gonna put him here, and that male is also going with 4 confirmed locks to my Super Anchi pastel pied female. So that's probably gonna be the highlight of my career and my season as a hobbyist breeder, unless I don't know what's cooler, double heads or like a 5 or 6 bang pied combo. I don't know. That's crazy to me. So I'll put her back, let her do her thing. Oh yeah, she feeling alright. Man. Alright. So I got my puzzle paired up. I got my Cypress Red, my red stripe paired up. Let's see what else we got here. Alright, cool. So here we have another little bit of an issue. This is my Super Gravel head pied. So this guy hasn't bred either. I'll check the hemipenes, see what's going on real quick. So I'm not a great popper, but I won't hide this from the camera, you know. You can actually see a little bit of sperm plugs there. I mean, you probably won't see from the camera. So, I mean, he should be good to go. About 500 grams. Just a good size male. I was pairing him up, let me see here, with my pastel head pied, my pied female, but I haven't really seen any luck. So, seeing as my Cypress Red Stripe is probably out of the picture, what I'm going to do actually is put this guy with my spinner pied. Put this guy with my spinner pied, and I would hope for some gravel pinstripe head pieds, or maybe even pieds. No, yeah, gravel pinstripe pied. I mean, that would look sick. I really think that would look really good. So again, my super gravel here. So I'm gonna put him in here, do his thing. Come on, little fella. Come on, little fella. Now, I'm not a fan of what I'm doing now, but I think I wasn't a fan because I had no clue of what it takes to breed this many females. Because once you start getting females that aren't going, males that aren't trying to go, you know, you really want to sit a female out, you know, for a year. And I don't want to produce stuff just to produce stuff, but I'm new. I don't have a lot of gravel in my pie collection. I don't have a lot of orange stream. I don't have yellow belly. I don't have leopard. So for me, I feel like this year, the more I produce, the more I get holdbacks. You know, and in my point of view, very decent animals. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a spinner gravel, you know, pied female or male or something like that, right? I mean, that would be cool. I think, you know, I mean, I'm on that board. I'm on that board. So again, so that takes care of all my males. So at this point, all my males are in the tubs with their females, except for him, but I think he wants to see if he eats. So I'll show you guys another female that's not gonna go for us. And this is this little girl here. She stopped eating. I haven't seen really good locks on her. Again, I've only tried to attempt a lock or breeding her with my super gravel, but I really think it's the age and size of my males that is putting me down right now, because, you know, she seems like she's ready to go, but I don't want to overuse the only male that's really breeding hard, which is my OD yellow belly leopard head pied male, because I'm very limited. I don't want to overwork them, and I'd rather hit the things that I want to hit now than try to go overboard and breed as much as I can, and then have the parents that I want more to not succeed, right? So I'm trying to increase my odds of the parents that I am trying to really hit. Now, I wouldn't mind breeding her though, because check out the baby that she gave me last year. I mean, the baby that she gave me last year, it's clean. I find it interesting that I pretty much sold everything from last year except this one and one other snake, and I would have thought for real, I'm not even plugging her in, you know, or him in. I really would have thought it would have sold first just because of the colors. You see, I mean, to me that looks so good. Look at that. So this is just a pastel yellow belly or gravel pied male. I could have, I don't know. People want what they want. I really thought that was gonna go quick. It didn't. You know, it is what it is. I'm okay with it. It'll go eventually, I'm sure. I'm just shocked because I really thought that was gonna be the first to go. Then this is the other female that I'm pairing with that super gravel. Another beast, huge beauty mark right there. Bam. You know, not like a Dalmatian, but she has a couple. So this female's pretty girthy, eating right. Again, over 2,000 grams. And at this point, I just don't know what I'm gonna do to really just breed her. I mean, I'm kind of running out of males, and I really don't want to do the killer yellow belly or gravel pied, just because I did that last year. I can't. The females that have other genes on top, like cold dom genes on top of them, I already want to produce other stuff, so I just don't want to reproduce the stuff that I did last year, because I saw what it does. So I don't want her to sit on the sidelines, but I might have to throw in like that OD white bee leopard head pied male at least once or twice and see what happens. Hope for the best, because I'm not really breeding her super crazy because I just don't have the males, you know. It sucks, but what can I do? Then I'll show you guys the last female. I was really thinking, and I think she will go for me. I definitely feel something here. If you could tell, I don't know if you could tell how that lower third of her body is kind of ballooned up a bit. You know, like from here to here. I can see it very clearly in person. My only concern is that I think she's gonna slug out. Her body condition doesn't feel too right to me. She stopped eating, I think, way too soon, and I think she got gravid way too soon. So she didn't get to put the pounds on or the weight on. And, you know, she was weird. She wasn't up to size, and I'll actually wear her right now just to see where she's at. You know, wow. Okay, I mean, she's not too bad. She's 1,500 grams. 1,500 grams right now, but if that's with eggs, I could imagine she's gonna get super sucked up when she releases. So I'm hoping for the best. I don't want to jinx myself, but I think she might slug out. And the pairing for this girl was that killer yellow belly or gravel pied, because I really wanted to see if I could produce either an ivory pied, right, or highway pieds or something like that. So I don't know what that male is, and I'm trying to prove him out to be either or. So she actually, yeah. So fingers crossed. I don't know. I mean, I may be totally wrong, but so it seems with my limited experience. Then I have another female here that stopped eating. Her food's still there. So it was feeding day before I started the video. So I've been here for like 2 hours before I started this video. This is my pewter head puzzle. Instead of taking the male to produce more puzzles, I've decided to use that male, which you saw my puzzle male. I decided to try to create double heads, right? So either puzzle clowns or puzzle pieds. I know this would have given me a shot to producing some visual puzzles, and you know, pastel puzzles are very, very beautiful. But at this point, I feel like I'm thinking the long game, and the long game to me seems to be, it will be a lot better to produce some double heads and take that route and do the harder thing, you know, and kind of sacrifice this female this year. It sucks. I bought her for quite a bit of money. I really thought I was gonna pair her up to get some puzzles or something like that, and I didn't. And the one thing I do not want to do is put a male into her. Look, I trust my source. I trust where I got her from. I mean, he's a great guy. His name's Chris. Chris, if you're seeing this video, what's up, brother? So I trust him 100%. But at the end of the day, I need to make sure that she is a het before I start breeding or selling some of the offspring as possible heads or head or whatever, right? So my fear is that I'll start selling or even keeping some holdbacks here, and 2 years, 3 years on the line, they don't prove out. So the first thing I want to do with her is prove her out and then start thinking about the future. Now, what I may also do is at some point just upgrade my male or get a male with more genes, puzzle plus another couple genes, and see if I could produce some cool looking visual puzzles. So if it's not this year, it'll be next year. But if anybody's from Los Angeles and they want to do a joint project with some puzzle stuff, yo, I'm right here. What's up? Hit me up. I'm just passing up because I just don't have the male or, you know, to plug in this year. But I mean, she's girthy. She's like 3,000 grams. She's a big girl. Big girl. And I don't know where we're at with the video. That's pretty much the bulk of it. At the end of the day, my pied female and my spinner pied female did not breed to the separate red stripe. I'm still trying to cycle him because he's still eating, but it doesn't seem like it's a go. So one of them will go with the super gravel head pied male. The other one is going with the ODYB leopard head pied male. So that's taken care of. My killer pied, you know, is gonna stick with my puzzle, and my pastel clown is also gonna stick with the puzzle because I'm really hoping for those double heads to come through. My double recessive clown pie project fell through this year, seems like, so that's going to be a no-go. But I'm hoping that I'm able to prove out my male yellow belly or gravel, hopefully produce some highway pieds, and I'm hoping that my most anticipated clutch at this moment, now that I have something's going to come through of the ODYB leopard head pied male, goes well enough with my super NG pastel pied female to actually not get killed by the odds and get some really good holdbacks. And that's pretty much the craziest thing going on here. So I'm going to continue to pair up to probably the end of February. If by then I don't see a real pickup in locks and pairings and stuff like that, I'm probably calling it quits on the season and probably taking the L, because at this point I really thought I was going to have 10 females to go for me, maybe 12, and it only seems like I'm going to end up having like 4 or 5. So it's a jump from 2, but I was hoping to really, you know, take that huge next step, which, you know, but hey, you know what? If I gotta take this L this year to win bigger next year, I'm okay with that, right? At the end of the day, I'm glad I have all my snakes super healthy, clean, eating well. My rat collection's doing awesome. My mice collection's doing awesome. My incubator's working. My TV broke down. So I'll take that over any year. Any year. You can get mites. You get infection in your snakes. You can get like masked offs, all this crazy stuff, and I don't have that. So fingers crossed. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be a good breeder. I'm trying to go be a great pet owner, and I'm trying to produce content for you guys on the daily. So I appreciate the time. Thank you guys for stopping by. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Till then, peace. I'm Zoe. Later.